Ladies and gentlemen, it is a nice day outside. It is not too hot, it's not too humid. It is like a cool 75 degrees in the middle of Georgia summer, except the cicadas are still out. So there's that. Anyways, today I kind of want to talk about the GLI a little bit because there's been a lot of stuff going on that I haven't shared on YouTube. Obviously, about 2 weeks ago, we made this video installing the clear taillights on the car. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. But if you guys have been following along, you'll know that about 3-4 weeks ago now, we ended up installing some ORT coilovers on the GLI. We also drilled out the strut top hats so that we could adjust camber in the front. Shout out to CJM for that kit. And we also got some new tires mounted, some 255/35/18 Firehawk Indy 500s. Got the car aligned and pretty much got everything set up so we were able to go to the mountains the next day. Now, here's the thing. Doing all this stuff from the coilovers to the time that I got the car aligned, I barely drove the car. I literally took it down the road, wasn't beating on it too hard because my ride height was absolutely cooked and I didn't want to blow up my fenders and destroy them pretty much. But right after we got everything dialed in, I ended up taking the car to the mountains, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get a ton of footage of that day because it was really raining and misty out, so it just was really wet roads and not super safe to do like hard spirited driving, if you know what I mean. But I did get a little bit of footage and that is going to be coming out in a couple of days. But that's besides the point because we actually found a pretty bad issue with the car pretty much. Basically anytime that I'm like at highway speeds, the car violently shakes, okay? Now off camera, I really spent a lot of time trying to diagnose this and fix the issue, but I have still not gotten to the bottom of it. Part of the reason for that is because I ended up doing, everything all at once, including new tires, and that just I realized that doesn't work out well. So here's what we've done so far. We checked all the bushings on the suspension in the front and rear. We made sure our hub rings are all good, made sure all of our lug nuts are good and that our wheels are seating flat on the hub. We did new pads and rotors in the front, and that video is gonna be coming out soon because my rotors were pretty warped, so I figured let's go ahead and do that, see if the shaking somehow goes away. It didn't. I had a little bit of up and down play in my rear shock top hats, and so I ended up switching back to the factory shocks. Didn't fix my issue even though there was no up and down play with those shocks in the stock top hats. So I ended up putting back on my other ORT shocks. I've went through, retorqued all the bolts, made sure nothing is loose, made sure the sway bars aren't binding or anything. So literally, I don't think it's suspension related, right? So then I took the car back to Global Tire to get it realigned and basically get the wheel balance rechecked. Turns out one of the wheels had a really nasty bend in it, and I ended up getting that wheel fixed the next day. Still have the issue. What the hell is going on here, right? Well, at this point, honestly, I don't know, but I've checked everything suspension related as far as I can tell, and literally the only thing that I can think of it possibly being would be tires. I picked up this set of tires from Tire Rack, and they were like on a closeout sale, so they were like $344 for a set, and they were a 2022 production year. So obviously it's almost 2026 now, and that means the tires are a little bit old even though they were brand new and a decent tire. So my guess is it's something tire related, and hopefully in the next couple days we're gonna go get the car wheels road force balanced. And unfortunately I don't have another set of wheels that I can just throw on the car right now. I do have my rotiforms on my Mark V that's sitting right here, but the thing with those is that the tire is just way too big and I don't want to have to readjust my ride height to be able to test it out with these wheels and tires essentially. And I know one of them's bent anyways, so like it's not really a great metric as far as testing. So once we get the road force balance done, we should be able to know if it's tire related, and if it is, we'll get that fixed, get it squared away, and then we'll be able to really start hopefully driving the car and enjoying it, because man, I've been so frustrated that the car has spent more time in the garage than it has being driven. And especially like we spent so much time this year building the GLI with the turbo, the tuning, wheels, tires, suspension, like everything. And it's just a shame that we can't really enjoy it because of just little random stupid issues. I know most of my videos on this channel at this point have been me building the car and installing parts, but I really want to start making more videos like this where I'm kind of just sharing things that are going on with the car also, because I think it is important, and it's kind of like, been left out of my channel. Like you guys typically just see the installs, but you don't see a lot of the stuff that happens afterwards, like this, which if you follow me on TikTok, you would have probably seen that, but not in like a traditional long form YouTube video like what this is. On top of that, man, I really also want to start making videos that are like a lot more driving of the car. Obviously, a lot of time invested into building it, and I want to share like the result of what we've been accomplishing here on the channel with this car. So hopefully in the near future, we're gonna be able to do a lot more mountain drives and autocross days. And literally, I was gonna do some autocross and some mountain driving, but I just can't because of the stupid issues. So as soon as that's fixed, we're gonna start posting a lot more driving content, track days, and that sort of thing. And I'm really, really excited for that. And I hope you guys are too. It's something that I really wanted to start posting more of. It's just like unfortunate series of events here that have prevented that from consistently happening. Even like the last time, like I mentioned, we went to the mountains right after I did all this stuff, man, and it was raining a lot and I couldn't drive hard. So like it just, you know what I mean? I know this is a different type of video. And if you guys are watching this, I appreciate you, because a lot of people just kind of come to my channel and are like, let's watch an install, because I don't know how to install a part. And while I love helping you guys in that way, I also like just kind of talking and sharing experiences, and I've really kind of leaned into that a lot on TikTok, to be honest, and I want to bring that kind of over here too, because I enjoy making this type of content, you know. Though she is looking good, man, I just really want to get it driving and running properly and everything. So very, very soon we're going to be able to do a lot more with this car and really show it off and have some fun with it. I know the Miata is a car that you guys will have really only seen if you've been watching the channel for over a year and a half, because I only made like 4 videos on it right when I bought it back in February 2024. Obviously it is currently August 22nd or 23rd, I believe, 2025. So it's been a while since we bought the car and really filmed some videos on it. But there is going to be a big video coming out that kind of goes over the whole timeline of how this car ended up from the Miata that it was to how it is right now. And so we'll get into everything then, but it is a really different style video and I'm working on it, so just kind of bear with me there. But to give you guys a little sneak peek, I guess, we got the car wrapped. Obviously it's like a light blue color now. The door does line up. It's not 100% perfect body wise, but it'll work for now. These are the door cards that we have in here, and I need to kind of go back through and reinstall these because the speaker's actually sitting on the outside and it should be sitting on the inside of this, obviously, because there's like padding and stuff, you know. Shout out to my buddy Caleb for letting me borrow these floor mats because they look freaking sick. We got the Sparco steering wheel. We got the Corbeau seat held in with zip ties right now. And honestly, like, this car is just a really, I think it's a pretty clean Miata now, honestly. Like, it's not the craziest thing ever. It's not wild. It's not like turbo, super fast or anything, but like it definitely has come a long way. Ignore this bumper too. We are going to hopefully get a bash bar in the near future if this car stays around for a while, and we are going to put back on that wheel because well, we're working on cutting this one up, so that's just kind of I'll get into that in the video. But yeah, we'll also still have the roll bar that needs to get installed on it, and that's coming, but obviously, like I said, it takes time, man. Like, it's just hard to be able to build this car, and that car is getting started on now. This car has been getting fun and having issues and just stuff to deal with. Obviously, I showed a video recently too, working on the Mark V and kind of doing a lot of just general updates to this car, and that is still kind of the plan to build it, but right now it's just, you know, having to deal with one project at a time because obviously it's just me here and I don't have infinite money or time or anything like that. So it's a process, you know, but the Mark V is slowly coming together. It's running really solid right now, and honestly that's really good because this is a daily driver. So yeah, we're going to be getting it lowered though, hopefully soon, getting some clear taillights, getting a new bumper, grill trim and everything, getting it all polished up and looking nice. My goal with this car is honestly to eventually boost it and manual swap it, but that's a lot of money and a lot of time that I just don't have at the moment, unfortunately. So that will come, but I'm planning on probably doing that whenever we end up blowing out either the transmission or the engine, because it does have 236,000 miles now. So it's up there, especially for a stock 09G transmission. Those just aren't that great, and I know that if we boost it, something's probably gonna break, and that wouldn't be ideal given that it's a daily. But if you guys haven't seen the video kind of going through and everything that we did to this car maintenance wise, go check it out. It was pretty informative, I think. I don't know, it was just kind of me learning how to tinker with this a bit and do some stuff to get it running right. We also have the Caddy still, and trust me, this truck's not going anywhere, but there's a lot of stuff going on with this guy because obviously I posted one video kind of just showing it off after I bought it, but there is a longer video coming where it kind of goes through everything that we've done at this point. But to give you guys a little sneak peek, we do still have the fenders there back here in the truck bed currently. This wheel right here on the rear is the only one that is still the one that came with the truck. and I can't get it off because the lugs are stripped, unfortunately, so that's a really big pain in the ass. But I did find these wheels here. They're like factory 13-inch wheels, and I got these for like $100. I got 5 of them actually, so that's really sick. I did try cranking up the truck with this extra battery I had, but unfortunately it just will not crank because this was our fuel tank, and everything on the plugs on the fuel tank were super gunked up and basically solidified, so like no fuel at all was able to come through into the fuel pump and out the fuel lines to the engine, because that basically means we're gonna have to diagnose and really like replace all the fueling elements of that 1.6 liter CIS engine. And at this point, it's one of those things where it's like, do we even want to put in the effort to try to fix the CIS engine, or is it better off just kind of getting a better motor that's more modern and not gonna have to deal with stupid Volkswagen CIS and vacuum everywhere and dealing with all those issues. On the bright side though, the interior is coming along really nice, and honestly looks really good so far. These door cards are probably gonna have to get replaced because they are like warped from water damage. The carpet turned out really good so far. It is gonna have to be redone whenever we get around to it and like really working on the interior, but for right now, like I had a really good point, I think, and it's really coming together. I just really want it to, be nice soon and run right. We really want to have a truck just for being able to do truck stuff, and that's hopefully what this is going to be able to do for us. Either way, that's just kind of the update on all the cars and everything. I know that there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm hoping that in the near future we'll be able to do a lot more to the other projects, but like I said, just one thing at a time, man. And I appreciate everyone's support on the channel, especially the last few months, man. Like, it really means a lot. And on TikTok too, especially, like, we've been growing really fast on TikTok. I just want to say thank you guys, because this is really what keeps me motivated to work on these cars, because if it was just me, working on it, and you guys weren't so, encouraging, I guess, for lack of better words, then I know I wouldn't get as far as I have. So I really do appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's really all I have to say, but if you guys want to stick around, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you enjoyed it, I guess. Let me know down below what you thought, what you want to see more of, and, kind of your just overall thoughts, I guess. Anyhow, I'll catch you guys in the next one, so peace out.